like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Poppin' pin is swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around us. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules. In this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. We keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading no light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a tide.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading no light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Poppin' pin is swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. We keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules. In this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. We keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading no light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a...
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your Saturday vitamins or your Saturday morning wake up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, all right, hello D Major, Queen Sam, DJ Big Six, Barry White is in the house. Okay, Cookie, Most Hated Bronze Flat Power God is here. All right, let's get into it. Edward, everybody hit that like button. I see you, Cookie. Noah, Black Women Stand Up, where have you been? Okay, all right, so let's get into it. James, okay, so everybody hit that like button. I see you, Mel. Miss AP is in the house. All right, Natasha is here. That Crazy Beach Aries, Sandra, Shelby is in the house. All right, Christopher, shout out to my loyal roads and everyone tuned into the Queen. Now, before we get started, let's have a brief word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so don't forget, you can purchase 12 Tribes hair oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, so now let's get into it, honey, because Remy Ma called herself going off on Papoose, trying to talk trash about him. And I think she's making a fool of herself and, quite frankly, doing too much. Okay, that's just my take on it. Now, I know some of you all are Remy Ma fans. Hey, I like her music as well. But at the end of the day, her trying to call out Papoose for something, a situation that she clearly started, is just obtuse to me and not a good look, because it's given bitter, angry, mad, butthurt. Okay, I thought the grass was greener on the other side, but alas, it isn't. Okay, so now she's just having buyer's remorse, in my own opinion. Okay, so with that all being said, All hell nah is in the house. All right, Queen Sam. Alice is here. Okay, so now with that all been said, let's go to the footage. Okay, because she went live talking all this trash, and then Papoose responded, and now Clarissa Shields has responded, which I knew was coming. That's why I was looking for it this morning. Okay, so let's get ready to get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. I'm going to share my screen. Now, I may play a little music in the background because I think Remy will had some music or something in the background. I don't want any problems with ScrewTube. Y'all know how they do. Okay, so let me start my music first. And I want you all to pay attention to what they're both saying about the other. And I want you to really think about how they got to this place. And who do you think is at fault? Who do you think is responsible for the decline of their relationship? You know, and at the end of the day, let's not just be all in our feelings or whatever, but think logically, okay? Think logically. And then, you know, really, this would have been better, in my opinion, if they talked about this privately. But we're in the age of social media where everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people feel the need to come and air their grievances online for the world to see. Or if one person feels the need to do that, then the other person pretty much feels like they have no choice but to respond so that their side of the story is also heard. Okay?
Come on. Woo. Oh, I'm never posting nothing because people don't understand. When I type shit out and when I write shit, they don't understand. I am live as we speak. When I type things in, people don't understand. Turn that camera on, ugly, and tell your lies. Don't type your lies. Tell them. Speak while people talking to you. You read the comments. You can't keep up with them if you do that, right? I'll wait. Because I've been sitting by my phone all fucking day because I know you can't take the L. You can't take the public people not on your dick. You can't take that, right? Every time you come up, mentions me, says anything or do anything that I don't like, every time your current come up situation, I'ma drag you. And every time you bring your little girly self on here and saying something, I'ma drag you. Every time, Willie. I'm gonna drag you every time, Willie. Every time. I was just trying to get back with you yesterday. Get back with what? Get back with what? Why the fuck would I be trying to get back with you, sir? Stop lying to these people. Did y'all look at the date on that filing? Oh, it's so easy to file. He filed that today. He filed this today. Who gave you the money? They gave you the money. You should.
Now, what's interesting is she's trying to go in on Papoose saying that he just filed for the divorce that same day, and he did. But I thought she already filed. Okay, she's been saying that I already filed. He refuses to sign. Okay, so now she's looking like a whole liar while she's trying to go in on him.
Look at me doing you favors again. I got y'all lit. All the blogs pick y'all up. You can use all my perks, all my front row perks, all my jewelry perks, all my jacket perks. Y'all lit. I got y'all lit. And look at me again, still doing you favors. I got your lawyer retained. Look at him. Look at him over there. Emotional. You're an emotional creature. Men are emotional creatures, you know. I have no ill will towards you, Papoose. Men are just emotional creatures. You over there on your little Instagram page where I helped you get all your little followers. Oh, I was trying to get back. Y'all, would y'all like to see my messages from yesterday? Here's my phone right here. Would y'all like to see my messages from yesterday? Let's go to my messages. Let's go. Let's flip this real quick. This is my messages. Look what he saved as. Bozo. Let's scroll down. Let's go to yesterday. This is yesterday. Let's go up. Look at him being my friend. Sending me pictures of the baby. My daughter's asleep. This is Tuesday. My daughter's asleep at 11:18. My daughter's asleep. She's asleep. This she sleep. This is the other day. This is the other day. Everything's fine, right? Ain't no issues. You ain't telling you sending those type of texts at 11 something at night, right? Okay, what I said, leave my baby alone. She should be thanking me. That's it. Everything he had. Yesterday at 10:59, can you send me your lawyer's name and number? Just call my lawyer again. Like I told you, you have not retained or paid her. Tell Clarence to pay it. He will do it. I'm on hold. We'll be speaking to my lawyer shortly. I have no clue who that is. Spoke to my lawyer. We are meeting Saturday. Then we'll be ready for mediation.
Now, first off, do you all notice how she's calling Clarissa Shields Clarence and saying he will do it, like basically calling her a man? That's because she's jealous. Remy doesn't have anything going on. Remy, where's your new album? Where's your next hit? Okay, she has nothing going on. She is angry, mad, bitter, and butthurt because this man has moved on with his life after she sat there and cheated on him, okay? And at the end of the day, she's just jealous. Why would you be talking about Clarissa? What does Clarissa really have to do with her and Papoose's problems besides nothing? Okay, Remy's the one bringing that woman in this.
My lawyer just spoke to the person who said was your lawyer, and she stated she still hasn't been retained and that you should reach out, that she'll reach out to you. I'm tired of y'all playing public image games with me, and I'm being the bigger person, not playing back. I tried to be nice, but you played in my face. Garbage day is tomorrow, which is today. All things not belonging to me and my daughter will be on the curb tonight. I've been storing it for over 6 months. That's over 2. I spoke to my attorney again. She did not speak to your attorney since her and I spoke.
Byron said something's wrong with Remy. She's acting like a little girl. Exactly what I was thinking, beloved. This is high school stuff. Remy is in her 40s. The fact that a 40-year-old woman, a 40-something-year-old woman is on live, acting so childish, reading text messages, trying to call somebody out. This is so ridiculous. I mean, she doesn't realize what a fool she looks like. Okay, but let's continue. Let her cook.
Oh. We are meeting Saturday, which is the soonest her schedule allows. After that, we will be ready to proceed. The graduation is June 6th, right? No, it's June 5th. Stupid. Get back what you win. That's what. Stop playing with me. Every time you say something, I'ma bomb you. Shall I scroll back to when you was in Africa and people was wishing they got their shots? Shall I scroll back to them? Let me scroll back to them. Play with me. Play with me. Play with me. And my daughter goes to bed at 9:30 at night. 10:30 on a bad night. So if he's telling you I was talking to calling my daughter, it's a lie. My daughter has her own phone. She has her own phone. Okay? Stop playing with me, sir. Oh, and you just filed that today. Look at the date. For anybody that just came in and just missed that, don't play with me, sir. Don't play with me. Nobody was trying to get you back. If I wanted to get you back, all I had to do was just listen to the cries and the pleading. I have that too. Want me to play the audio of you crying?
Now, I want you all to pay attention to this. She's trying to clown him. I don't know if he was crying and pleading or not, but even if he was, she thinks that she's making him look bad to say that. I would have listened to the cries and the pleading. That makes her look bad. You're the one that cheated on him. If Papoose cheated, the world didn't see it, but the world did see her cheat. We already know what she did, okay? At the end of the day, if he was crying and pleading, that's okay. Men have emotions and feelings too, and I'm sure they get hurt when the woman they love goes out and sleeps with somebody who smiled in his face and shook his hand. Okay, I mean, is that really supposed to make him look less than a man or make him look bad? Now, in my opinion, it makes her look less than a woman, an ungrateful woman. This man sat there and waited for her the entire time she was in prison. For the first year, went to visit her every single day. But this is the thanks he gets. But let's let her cook, like I said.
Or do you want me to place the footage of you sleep on the couch? What happened? The last time that you was over there, and I was like, bro, this ain't it. Stop. You're never gonna win this with me because I don't care anymore. Listen to me. Look at me. The woman that you knew, she is gone. You have successfully got rid of her. That lady that gave you grace, that saved face for you, that took the hit so that we both don't look crazy, even if it made me look crazy, because I feel like, oh, you know what, my celebrity could take it. Yours can't believe I could take the hit. She gone. She's
Oh, I put up the wrong comment. Hold on. Somebody had a comment that I wanted to read. Here it is. Gigi Sound says she was his meal ticket. I know a dirty Brooklyn Ninja when I see one, or from anywhere. Well, that's your opinion. But at the end of the day, he sat there and waited for her while she was in prison, and he was making money while she was in prison. So how is she his meal ticket? You don't think Papoose makes money? That's funny. Whether she was his meal ticket in your opinion or not, the fact of the matter is Remy Ma is a hoe. Okay, that's what she is. But let's continue.
Go on now. Now go explain that. Matter of fact, let's scroll down. Oh yeah, and there was no shots to go to Africa. It was pills. How do I know? Because the text came to my phone because he's still on my health insurance.
And for the men in the chat, I want you all to pay attention. If your woman is sitting up here caping for Remy Ma after she cheated on her husband with somebody that she brought around her husband and had them smiling in his face, then you need to be looking at her with a whole side eye. Because women who condone women like Remy Ma, they're likely doing the same thing, okay? They're likely the same type of women. Please pay attention. It's the facts.
He just didn't want you to go. That's all. So he could sit over there and call me every day about how being here just makes me think about everything. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Not yesterday. I was laid up yesterday. Was I not laid up? Were we not laid up? Oh. What? Ew. I don't even like the cologne you wear. It's gross. Ew. Come on. And you got me blocked. Emotional. Wow.
Now the irony of it all is she's calling him emotional, but she's the one doing this live, talking about him and Clarissa. Okay? This is all hilarious. Nandy says there's a documentary on it. Very few men will do a bid with their lady, very few, for less time than 7 years. Pat was loyal. Exactly. Okay? Exactly. Gigi Sound says we don't know their story for real. No, we don't. And I'm not talking about their story except for what they put out in public, what they have said. But what you're doing, Gigi Sounds, is you're saying that she was Pap's meal ticket. How do you know that? Did you see her paying the bills and him not paying the bills? Do you know their bank accounts? That's something you don't know, but you spoke on it. What I'm speaking on is what they both have said publicly and what they've allowed us to see. Okay? There's a difference. Natasha says Papoose was the meal ticket because Papoose was paying for everything, even writing most of her raps. Wow, if anything, Remy was using Papoose. Exactly. Because we all know that he was writing her songs. We do know that. And like I said, she couldn't have been his meal ticket because I'm quite sure while she was locked up for that 7 or 6 year bid, he was working and making money, okay, at the end of the day. And he's still working. All right? So let's let her continue.
Blocked. Why I'm blocked? How you popping shit and try to talk shit about me and got me blocked? I can't even see it. Thankfully, I know you can't take an L. I know you over there losing your mind trying to figure out what she gonna do next. I'm gonna do everything. Everything that you think that I might not do, I'm going to do. Everything. Stop lying through them fucking teeth that I paid for. You fucking liar. And go ahead and say I ain't paid for so I can call my daughter godmother and send a fucking receipt. Go ahead.
My question is, why is she so mad? Okay, Brandy says women visit men in prison all the time, and it sounds like he had a good plan going. She's all but said it, so that was all self-serving. You don't know if it was self-serving or not. And at the end of the day, yes, some women do wait for men, but it's very rare that men wait for women, especially for that long. And if he had a plan, well, What kind of plan could he have had? Because in the time that she was in prison, he easily could have found somebody else. Who in the hell's going to wait 6 years or 7 years for a come up? Okay, I'm quite sure he could have found something else or somebody else while she was sitting in prison. Okay, so that makes no sense. But see, some of these women are going to be apologists. They're going to side with women no matter what, whether they're right, wrong, or indifferent, because that's how they are. Like I told you all, so please pay attention. Okay, rather than giving him credit for sitting there waiting for her the whole time she was in prison, they'll make excuses like, oh, he had some hidden agenda. Well, who's going to wait 6 years for a hidden agenda? When she got out of prison, how did he know that she was even going to still have a career? Okay, she could not have she maybe couldn't have even had a career after she got out of prison. She could have fallen off. So there was no guarantees. Okay, so anybody, sitting there waiting and hoping and wishing that they're going to come up off somebody who's in prison, yeah, that makes no sense as far as I'm concerned.
Go ahead. It's not sad. It's not sad.
It's
not sad. What's sad is that a grown man, Mr. Breckland, Mr. Real Nigga, you sitting here like a girl posting on your page to make somebody that you just told me. I don't even know why y'all have a problem. I just met her. I don't even know why she's mad at you. I just met her. Doing all that. Like, stop playing with me. Your bag, bro. Secure your bag. Trying to get back with you. Are you crazy? No, Jew, don't add please nothing. Let her go. Go. Fuck out of here.
Now the sad thing is the guy that she was cheating on Pap with dogged her behind out. Okay, threatened to release pictures and all kind of stuff on her. So yeah, she's clearly a fool. Okay, Pap is with somebody who's got things going for themselves, but look what she chose, and now look where she's at. You see, that's why she's angered, and she wants to disparage him because she's claiming that he was trying to get back with her earlier, or that he was crying over her. Well, that's what a good man does. And just like for anybody thinking that Pap had some hidden agenda, a good man, okay, he will try to get you back if he really loves you. He will beg you back. He might even cry. That's what good men do. So the fact that Pap did all of that, according to her own words, well, that says he's a good man. And she looks like an idiot for sitting here trying to disparage him because of it. Okay, Remy Ma is trash. She is absolute trash. I have lost all respect that I ever had for her. Okay, please pay attention.
What you talking about? Y'all got me fucked up. My lips all dry and shit. I'm in the mall trying to be low, trying to get me an outfit for tomorrow. And now this is when you want to compose. I've been waiting all day. I promise you. By the way, my stepson called me. Want me to put him on my live? I'll put him on my live and let him go. I'll let him go. Mr. Great Dad, Mr. Great Husband. I will add him to my live and let him go on you. He told me thank you. I felt bad after because I didn't even realize that. Like, oh shit, I could have just possibly put him in and said thank you, Remy. You weirdo. I'm really seeing try to. Oh, you a girl. Look at him, emotional. Stop playing with me, sir. Stop playing with me. Matter of fact, let me get the Africa post on. Hold up. And the only reason why, if anybody's wondering why is he still on my health insurance, because it's against the law in New Jersey while you're going through a divorce to take them off of your health insurance. So unfortunately, I can't. Hold on. Let's scroll.
Now she's about to expose some more of his text trying to disparage him. Hey, we next, aka DSB. Thank you for being a member for 8 months, beloved. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. Hold on, let me read a couple of comments. Real Classic TV says, she did, ma'am. She's been out for years, so y'all bugging. No, we're not bugging. I mean, just because she's been out for years, that doesn't negate the fact that he sat there and waited for her while she was in prison. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm sorry, how's that bugging? Okay. Hold on. Nessie X said, why is she acting like a little girl? Exactly, because she's clearly immature as a grown woman. April said, Pap is an honorable man in my eyes. She fumbled him. Exactly. I mean, how come these women that are caping for her aren't talking about her being a liar and a cheater? Okay. Why aren't they saying anything about that? Well, because they're likely liars and cheaters too. Okay, men, please pay attention. Okay, please pay attention. They might be trash just like she is. Okay, the True Royal Family said, oh, you talking to We Next, aka DSB. Hey, True Royal beloved. Okay, Nandy says she doesn't fear their daughter will grow up to see the videos one day. Exactly. Okay, exactly. Fran W says Clarissa and Pat were getting a lot of positive light in the last week, and she felt the only way to deal with it was to create this distraction. This is a narcissist. It's gaslighting. She's definitely a narcissist, beloved, and she definitely is trying to create a distraction because she's a hater. She's mad. She doesn't have anything going for herself. I promise you, she doesn't have anything going for herself. Nothing.
Let me get those ready. Send me Shorty a number. I send it directly to her. I send you the whole video thing that I literally entertained just because I knew this day was gonna come. Weirdo. Weird to the dome.
Brandy says she sounds much closer to the truth in his story of nonsense. Well, she's a liar and a cheater. So we're supposed to believe what a liar and a cheater says? Yeah, I don't think so.
Hold on. We in Africa, right? I ain't go to Sierra Leone. Hold up. You call me later. You call me back, I'm busy. Hold on, sending me videos. Yo, right now it's 1 minute. I can't make this up if I wanted to. Why do I care what degrees is out there?
Lorraine said if Papoose was writing her raps, then he's the breadwinner because the writer makes money off the song, not the artist. Well, here's the thing. He didn't charge her, supposedly, beloved. He said he didn't charge her for writing because, of course, that was his woman. So, but yes, he wrote her song. So you can tell. If you listen to her first body of work and then listen to the music that he wrote, you can always tell the difference. It's just like when Safari was writing for Nicki Minaj, Nicki's raps sounded different when Safari stopped writing her music after they broke up. Okay, you can always tell if you're really into hip hop. Okay. James says, I'll tell you what's sad is it looked like you have to charge your phone at like an airport. Why are you mad? Exactly. True Roy said, this is messy. It is, honey. It is so messy. But let's keep listening, honey, because we're being messy today.
Small talk. Videos of everything that's going on. Yo, how do they balance that? I'm not gonna lie, the molar carts is fire. It's only 92 degrees. I'm assuming it's supposed to rain. This and that's not. You already know when they give the temperature. Everything was fine. Look at me, you dressing like Brooklyn over there. You better get some kente cloth. I hate traveling with a bunch of stuff. Stop it. You have clothes. Look, I hate traveling with a bunch of stuff, and I don't have any clothes anymore. I wear the same things all the time. Stop it. You have clothes. You just don't want to come get them. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. And the last time you was at the house, when you was in the closet, remember? I recorded that too because you're a weirdo. So now I gotta do your weirdo tactics and record you and keep record of stuff. Weirdo. Come back again. Come back again.
Now, interestingly enough, the only thing that she really has said about him is that he's tried to get back with her. So what does that prove besides that he obviously cared about her, right? Mel says she never even went to prison to see her son who murked somebody. She's such a fraud. She didn't go to prison to see her own son. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Barbara says Papoose has been writing music close to 10 years behind the scenes. Exactly. And when you write music and ghostwrite for people, you make more money 9 times out of 10 than the actual artist. Okay, please pay attention. So I doubt that Pap needs her money. I'm not sure how to say your name. Nasane says, why is she talking about his son? Where is her son again? Exactly. I mean, you see how stupid that is? Like, that makes no sense. None whatsoever. Miss AP said Clarissa is more feminine than Remy. I mean, she's sitting up here calling that woman a man because she's jealous and a whole hater. Okay? I'm going to let her cook a little bit longer, then we're going to go to Papoose's response. And then we'll talk about what Clarissa had to say.
Stupid. Come on.
That is absolutely sad. Okay. Now I'm going to pull up Papoose's video. And all the men haters were clearly, all the men haters and the women who don't have a man and the women who are liars and cheaters, please pay attention. These will be the ones who try to go in on Papoose. What can they say that he's done? They can't say anything about him. They'll sit there and say, oh, he wanted Remy's money. But can they say that he's a no good man? Can they say that he was out there holding around? Can they say any of those things with facts and proof and receipts? What can they say about him? So what if he was trying to get her back? A good man will try to get his woman back, like I said, if he cares about him, especially if he has children with them, okay? But these women who have no men, okay, who are sleeping alone at night, all right, who are just bitter themselves, they'll agree with Remy. They don't see a problem with the fact that she was a whole married woman, okay, with children, out here lying and cheating with somebody smiling in her man's face. They don't see anything wrong with that because that's probably what they do. Please pay attention. And they'll go in on Papoose for simply trying to get his wife back. This man went to mediation. How many men are going to go to mediation with a woman that cheated on them?
What's going on? I'm gonna give y'all a couple minutes. Yeah, a couple minutes. Sometimes when you're on live and people start calling you, man, they mess the live up. You heard? Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna give y'all a couple minutes to come in here.
Good day, Queen. Is your Cash App avatar still the one with the afro? My Cash App doesn't have an afro, does it? I don't think it does. Hold on, let me check real quick. Hold on, beloved. And by the way, thank you for your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. Oh, that does look like an afro. That does look like an afro. It was really a black head wrap, and then it's dark in the background. But yes, that's me, beloved. Okay, $ QueenAShakur. Thank you. I appreciate you, beloved. Let's continue.
All right, cool. First and foremost, everybody who know me, let's keep it 100. Everybody who know me, you know I don't do this. I don't do none of this corniness. Can y'all hear me? All right, cool. Everybody who know me, y'all know my style. She came on here claiming that, oh, everybody, I don't do this. Yes, you do. This is exactly the only thing you do. You know what I mean? Normally, I wouldn't even entertain this, but the fact that you mentioned my children, I'm not letting that ride. Since this whole situation happened, everybody know I never said nothing. The only time I said something was the last time when she tried to clout chase with the whole fake thing she tried to put on Instagram before. But ever since this transpired, I never opened my mouth, never said nothing because that's not my style. And also, I would never want to disrespect her. You know what I mean? Actions speak way louder than words. Initially, when it transpired, which was 2022, when she started dealing with the lane. But that wasn't the first time I caught her cheating. I've caught her cheating numerous times since she's been home. With the lame, the reason, but hold on, let's get to the point. We're gonna get to the lame later. You had the audacity to mention my child, and you had the audacity to mention me not seeing my daughter, when ever since I left, she has not allowed me to see my daughter. She's been straight miserable. I'm gonna say it again. All men out there who ever been through this type of situation, you know how it gets when you're dealing with a miserable individual. She did not allow me to see my daughter since this first transpired at the end of last year. Blatantly, I went to pick my daughter up from school. When I went to pick my daughter up from school, Diamond was picking my daughter up because that's who has my daughter all the time. And that was one of the biggest issues I had with her, because all my daughter know is mommy and daddy. She was raised with both parents. That's all she know from day one, since the womb. Our entire lives has been documented. What goes on with these celebrities is they like when y'all come on their page and y'all like their posts. They like when y'all spend y'all money on their concerts, on their music. They like when y'all make them rich. So y'all become fans and y'all follow the journey of these celebrities for years and years and years, right? As y'all follow the journey of these celebrities, you basically become a part of their life, because you've been following them for 10 years, 15 years sometimes. You've been a fan of a celebrity or artist. But soon as something happens, the first thing they say to the fans is, you don't know me, right? Soon as something get out there bad that they don't want you to know about, the first thing they say is, oh, you don't know my life? Yes, they do. They know y'all know us very well. And the reason why I'm saying that is because don't allow none of these celebrities to fool you. When you hear a rumor that comes out, it's true. We are human, just like y'all, the audience, the supporters, the fans. So now you have a person here who life has been documented for decades through the fans watching us, seeing when she got incarcerated. Watch me visit her every day for a year straight. Watch me bring her 35 pounds of food a month. Watch me hold her down. Watch me in the courtroom getting into altercations with court officers over her. Witness when she came home. Witness me go build the anticipation for her to come out of prison. Had a different artist do a drop every single day. Oh, the queen is coming, the return of the queen, right? All the fans witnessed this. Witnessed her come home. Witnessed us have the big wedding ceremony. Followed our entire journey. Never trust a celebrity who erased their Instagram. You ever notice I never erased nothing on my page? All you gotta do is scroll down. The same page that she utilized today to lie for an hour straight and tell all these fabricated stories, the same page I created. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. We get back to that later. I went to pick my daughter up from school. There's a young lady who was picking my daughter up from school. And I notified her, hey, I called her, I said, hey, I'm coming to pick her up. I picked up my daughter, gave her a hug, gave her a kiss, and show things you do when you see your child. Embrace my child. And I had to go take care of something that day. So after I see my daughter, I just wanted to see her and hug her because everything had been going on. I hadn't seen her in a little while. After I left, I think the next day or next two went by. She contacted me. Hey, you haven't seen your daughter since New Year's. I said, excuse me? I just seen my daughter yesterday. I just picked her up from school. What are you talking about? She didn't even know that I seen my daughter. You know why? Because she's never there with my daughter. She is never there with my child. And it's crazy that you have the audacity to open your mouth and say that I haven't seen my daughter, not only due to the fact that you didn't allow me to see her, since I finally got tired of your lies, tired of your narcissism and moved on, but the fact that while you was running out here cheating with this lame, not only cheating with this lame, you allowed him to destroy your entire life. You You use all you talking this money talk. You use all of your money. And I want y'all to know this because I know a lot of people. I don't want to come across as I'm upset, but you know what? I am upset. You know why I'm upset? Because you mentioned my children. You had the audacity to mention my children, and you had the audacity. Can y'all hear me? Because some people complaining about the audio. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, let me know. There's a few people saying they can't hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I'm not covering the mic. Y'all saying I'm covering the mic. I let it go now. It's good? Brooklyn Jad in here. Jad, can you hear me? All right, now, yes. Okay, cool. Like I said earlier, for those who just came on the live, everybody who know me, and I'm talking about speaking with my actions, I don't do this. I don't clout chase. I never come on social media talking about anything. Even when I got stabbed in my back, by the person that I moved mountains for, fought battles, did everything, was super loyal to, I still didn't slander you. I still didn't say nothing. I just kept it moving. But you had the audacity to mention my children. So since you want to mention my children, and that I can't let ride. A lot of people like, yo, Pat, that's not you. Don't entertain it. You know what I'm saying? People see through it. She's bitter. She's miserable. Yeah, that's a fact. But you mentioned my children, and that I'm not letting ride. So with that being said, you abandoned my child for days at a time, knowing she had to go to school the next day, knowing I had to go to work the next day, since you want to get up on you and say, oh, you don't have a job. Because when I got the executive position at TuneCore initially, knowing I had to go to work the next day, knowing my daughter had to go to school, you stayed out with the lane. You stayed out with the lane. You want to talk, and you stayed out with the lane while your daughter was crying for you. Tears. Also, she wanted to talk about all of this money talk and all of this and what I don't got and what I got. Since I met her, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth. And with me saying that, I want to say this to y'all. Anyone who has an iPhone, you know how iPhones work. When I was younger, I used to be able to write rhymes in my head, create rhymes in my head, and remember them. Just like that. As time went on, I got a little older, I started to write rhymes in my email draft. Now, if you have an iPhone, you go in your email draft. If anybody come around me and we're in the flesh next to each other, I can type in any word from one of her songs and her entire rap will come up. The entire verse will come up. I never asked for a penny. I never asked for credit. She was my wife. I didn't want anything from her. I just wanted to see her win. Like I said, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth since I met her. Y'all.
And that's a fact. So for anybody trying to insinuate or imply that he was after her money, it's because of him that she was making some of that money. Okay, please pay attention. 100 Black Royale says he is speaking totally contrary to a title I saw on another channel. Papoose is okay with me. Absolutely. Well, the title you may have seen, beloved, it may have been somebody who's a Remy Ma fan, you know. Thank you for your insight into the topic and your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings.
I said it. Y'all said it numerous times. Oh, we know that's Pat behind that pen. Did I ever agree with y'all? Did I ever put it out there? I never said I wrote her rhymes. I left it. I didn't need the credit. All I wanted her to do was win. Wrote the rhymes, did the contracts, security, the whole shit. So you fabricating these stories, and it's very weird that you're talking all of this money talk, but in your background, it's everything that I bought. All of the utilities are in my name. So all of this fabrication about, oh, he don't pay no bills, oh, he don't do this, he don't do that. If you analyze her live, the whole thing is about all of this money talk. Why? Because she wants y'all to think that she's this big shot. I don't need to come up here and perpetrate no fraud like I'm a big shot, like I'm.
And I'm going to tell you another reason why Remy is trying to act as though Pap was using her for her money or like she paid for everything. That's because she wants Clarissa to think that he's going to do the same to her. That's why she said, tell Clarence to pay for it. I'm sure he'll do it. I had to retain your attorney. That's why she's saying all of this stuff. And that's why she says his come up. That's why she keeps referring to Clarissa as a come up, because she's trying to disparage Clarissa and make her think that Pap doesn't really care about her. He just wants her for a come up and he just wants to use her for money. That's why she's putting all that out there. She is such a hater. And it's just so sad to see a grown woman. You're 40-something years old, girl. Please grow up. Accept accountability for the actions that you chose to engage in and stop blaming this man for simply trying to be a good man. And like I said, and I'll say again, she's calling him a bozo and a clown and all of this because he tried to get her back, according to her. How is that? How does that warrant you going in on him? Okay? That further makes him look like a good man. That doesn't make him look weak. That doesn't make him look stupid. That doesn't make him look like a clown because he tried to get his wife back so he can keep his family together. Okay? The fact that he even bothered going to mediation speaks volumes. Honey, because if somebody cheated on me, I'm not trying to go to mediation or anything else. I'm trying to go out the door, okay, and keep it moving.
Listen, I'm that. For the simple fact that I speak with my actions. You want to talk about black love? Anybody who follow me, they know I've always been pro-black and had knowledge of self since I was a teenager.
Facts.
So I've represented that since I came in the door before I even knew you. Okay? So don't ever talk about black love and what else she said? I gotta remember. So first and foremost, very bipolar, very delusional. This is a person who will sit in front of you. She will post that live and she'll say later, I didn't do that. I wasn't on live. You'll be sitting there like, huh? She will say something to you and 10 minutes later say, I never said that. Very bipolar. And I don't want to talk bad about her, man. That's something that I never wanted to do. That's why when this took place, when she first got caught cheating with the lame, I brought it to her attention. I said, first of all, I couldn't even believe that she would stoop that low because he's such a cornball. Y'all see it, y'all say it yourself. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yo, there's no way it's this nigga. Because I'm trying to figure it out. Like, damn, who is this nigga? Because, we were living a normal, peaceful life, raising our child like we planned to, and she started to move real strange. So in the process of her moving strange, it became stranger and stranger, worse and worse. So I said, damn, I got to see what's going on. What the hell is going on? I started to do my research. As I did my research, I found out she was cheating with the lame. So once I find out, I brings it to her attention. I said, mind you, I didn't knock him out because he slept with my wife. Like I told y'all before, the reason I knocked him out was because he shook my hand and then slept with my wife. It's a difference. But let me tell y'all this. So I bring it to her attention that I found out that she's sleeping with the lame. She tells me, him? Why him? Why him out of all people? Not Goods, not Hitman. My word is my bond is my life. I should give my life before my word shall fail. This was her exact words. Him? Why would I deal with him? I said, Rem, I know you're dealing with the lame. I know it. First and foremost, how it first fell on my radar that she was cheating with the nigga, he was running his mouth and it came back to me. They said, yo, Pat, this nigga out here telling niggas he fucking your wife. I said, word. So I did a little bit more research, connect a couple more dots. I finds out. She tells me this. Okay, I finds out. Mind you, it's not the first time she cheated. You know what I mean? I continued the marriage because I live by my wedding vow. I try to live by my wedding vows. Richer for poor, sick and for health, sickness and health. You know what I'm saying? Better for worse, death to us part. So you try to work through things. Anybody out there who's married, y'all understand. So I found out she's cheating with the lame. I bring it to her attention. of course, we have an altercation, like basically argument back and forth or whatever transpired, right? Okay. She decides, and I decide that we're going to go to therapy, but she brings it to my attention, to be honest. She said, I think we should do therapy. I said, okay. Even though I'm private and I don't like to speak to people about my personal business, that was a very, very difficult thing for me to do. But I said, you know what? Let's do the therapy. We go to the therapist. We go to the therapist. The therapist's first question is, do you guys want a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. So when she comes on live and say, we haven't slept in the bed since 2022, and to make it seem like and fabricate a story, like we had some agreement, you such a liar. There was no agreement.
M. Jones says, listen to the way she speaks about him with all the insults. When he speaks, he's just giving points, no insults. Remy's for the streets. She absolutely is. And anyone who can't see that is blind. If they can't see that this woman is mad, butthurt, and bent out of shape because she's spewing insults, she's calling him nasty names. She's saying all these things about him being emotional, just dragging him. He's not dragging her. He's just making his points and telling his side. The only thing he called her is a liar. And that's what we all know that she already is. Okay. He didn't call her any names, but she's calling him a clown. Okay. She's calling him all kinds of names or whatever, implying that he's weak. Just really sad and pathetic.
When I found out you was with the lame, you denied it. You shitted on him. Basically said, yo, why would I be with him? Why do you think I would be with him? And then you wanted to go to therapy. So check it out now. Check it out. So when we go to therapy, the therapist says, do y'all want to get a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. I'm going to be honest. Because honestly, I didn't want to not live under the same roof as my 5-year-old. I love all my kids the same. But when you have children, and everyone knows that about me. Everybody who know me, y'all know my character. Y'all know her character. Very rude, very disrespectful, not just to me, to everyone. But that speaks volumes. I didn't want to we planned to raise her with both parents. That was the plan. So I did not want to not live under the same roof with my little girl. I was there from the moment she came out of the womb, and I intended, and I always told her, I want to be there to the moment we take her to her prom. When she graduates high school, college, get her degrees, I want to be there to take my daughter to her prom. And I told her that. So I never wanted to leave from under the roof of my baby. That's why I stayed around for this nonsense. And I don't want to go away from the point. Okay, so we did the therapy. The therapist gave us that option. We both said we want to work it out. She said, this is the plan. I'm going to give y'all a plan to work it out. She said, Pap, because like I told y'all previously, once I seen that she was cheating, like she was moving real strange, I'm talking about leaving for hours at a time. Every time I questioned it, it was a lie, just strange behavior. So once I noticed that she was moving strange, I started to do my research. So the therapist said, because she told the therapist, mind you, she got all these lies to y'all about me. The only thing she told the therapist was, oh, he doesn't trust me. He's going to keep looking behind me and trying to, find out what I'm doing. But the only reason why I was looking behind her is because she was moving strange. So I agreed to, not show distrust or whatever. And the therapist told her, Remy, since you're saying that it's only business with this dude moving forward, but y'all have a last event coming up, after this event, you're going to cut all ties with this individual. This is what the therapist said. She said, Pap, because I told Rem back then, before I even clipped him, I said, when I catch son, I'm putting him down. I'm putting him down. He violated, you know what I'm saying? And what I noticed, when I found out, I noticed that every time me and her stepped out and made an appearance, he'd go post on his gram, do little sucker shit. He'd go make a post on his story about us. So I'm watching this. Mind you, y'all, I'm not saying nothing the whole time. I know this nigga sleeping with my wife, but I ain't saying nothing. Feel me? I'm like, I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't saying nothing. Son doing sucker shit on the gram. That's cool. I ain't paying that no mind. We go to therapy. The therapist come up with the plan. We put the plan together. The therapist says she has this event coming up at Sony Hall, which was the battle between him and Hitman. She said, you can go to the event, right? But don't knock him. Don't do nothing to this individual. She said, I said, I'm gonna go to the event. I'm gonna fall back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do nothing. After the event, she's supposed to leave the dude alone, right? I go to the hold on a second, man. Give me 1 second. I don't know what I'm gonna do. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second, y'all. One second, y'all. Okay, back to the subject of the matter. So I go to the event. It's the battle with him and Hitman. Everybody there. Everybody remember that event. Y'all notice I never came on the stage, right? Never came on the stage, stayed in the crowd, fell back. Watched the entire little week battle, whatever, you know what I'm saying? On his behalf, because he trash. Watch him do his little trash battle. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm watching it, I never did nothing. When we left the battle, I went home with my daughter. She went home with the lame. Went home with the lame. Okay. She came home. She went home with the lane, stayed out all night, came home probably like the next morning. When she came home, after that, the baby is there. I ain't tripped. Kept it moving, kept raising my daughter, kept it pushing. A couple days go by, things a little peaceful around the crib. I reach out to the therapist, let her know what transpired. We went to the event, everything was everything. After those couple days, me, her, and my daughter, we all sleep in the same room. We go to bed. I'm saying it's bedtime. We sleep together in the same bed every night. As we're sleeping in the bed, I fall asleep. My daughter's in the middle of us. So it's 2 beds in our room now at this time because she started doing weird things around the crib or whatever. So me, her, and my daughter in the same bed. It's another bed over there. I wake up. It's just me and my daughter in the bed. So I get up. I see her in the other bed. So I go over to the other bed. And as I go to the other bed, I notice that her phone is on. When I pick up the phone, I see the lame on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay. She on the phone with the lame. So after that, I woke her up. Hey, what's going on? This what you doing in here? This what we doing? She started lying again, fabricating, this, that, and the third. Long story short, she kept cheating with the lame. Okay, move forward from that. Another battle comes up. The lame not on the card. He's not on the card. It's just another event. But mind you, like I told y'all previously, I'm there for my daughter. I'm there being a father. I'm not going to allow this situation to take me away from my child. So what I did was kept raising my daughter. Even though I know that she's a narcissist, very contradictory, very bipolar, I said, you know what? I'm going to keep raising my daughter. I'm not going to let this situation to remove me from under the roof of my child. I kept raising my daughter, take my daughter to school every single day, doing everything a father's supposed to do. In the process of me raising my daughter, another event is coming up later on down the line. The lame is not on the card. Okay. She has the event. I'm going to the event because I go to all the events. I'm going to the event, but I'm hoping the lame ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to have to really put my hands on them. Cool. I'm getting dressed. She leaves. They start the event. I'm still at the crib. I get dressed. I go to matter of fact, I can't even put that out there. Anyway, let me just say this. I found out the lane was there. I said, she gotta be kidding me, man. I done told you I'm gonna put this nigga down and you bring him to the event. I done told you numerous times, when I catch this nigga, I'm gonna put him down. Mind you, I finds out she got an apartment 40 minutes away from our crib where she lays up with the lane, leaves and says she's going to work, leaves, say she's going.
Now I want you all to pay attention. This man said that she has an apartment where she lays up with this dude, but some people want to say Papoose was getting her money. Sounds to me like that broke dude she was messing with was getting her money. She's paying for her whole apartment. Okay, if that's the case, he should have gotten the apartment, not her. But you know, this further goes to show that Remy's just trash. But let's continue.
Do this and do that, but she goes to the crib. I've been there. I can actually give y'all the address. So she got this. She got another crib, and shout the. I don't even want to put this nigga under the bus, man. But this another individual who was married and got a crib not too far from the home of his family. But I ain't gonna put him out there. But she did the same thing, which was weirdo shit. So anyway, I go to the event. Now I already know I'm coming there. I'm putting this nigga down. I'm gonna be honest with you. Truthfully, I really wanted to really hurt him. But I decided at the last minute, I said, you know what? I'm gonna just put my hands on this nigga. I get to the
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next video that he did because this one, it got messed up because I think someone called his phone and his audio went out, but he did another one right after, so I'm gonna go to that one. Likes up, everyone, please. Don't forget to like and share. Thank you in advance.
right. Somebody said we stepped at the park. You said you was going to put homie down. So I go in the spot. I'm walking through the spot. I don't see the lane. Everybody look like the lane to me. I go to where I got an idea where they at. When I walk in the room, they in there lovey-dovey. They in there all lovey-dovey. Mind you, she been lying, saying she ain't with the nigga. She don't deal with him.
I don't want to keep interrupting, but let me say this. Now, he said he walked in and they're in their lovey-dovey. This further proves Remy's nothing but a hoe. This further proves that she wasn't deserving of Pap. Even if Pap was cheating, and I'm not saying he ever was, but, you know, in case somebody said, well, you know, he probably was cheating too. Well, who cares? Because here's the thing. If Pap was ever cheating on her, we never saw him out there publicly on display with some other woman besides Remy. We never saw it. We never saw him all hugged up, booed up, okay, bringing some other broad to events. We never saw any of that. Okay, Remy was doing all of that, and she's a woman. See, society is not 50-50. It's not even equal. Women can't do what men do. Make it make sense. Okay, I mean, you can do it, but you don't get the same response because women are supposed to carry themselves with dignity and pride and like ladies. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do with honor. I mean, we all should, men as well. But what I'm saying is society frowns on women who have a large body count, who have a high body count, who are out here sleeping around with all these different men. Okay, they're not going to talk about men who do it. They're going to look down on women who do it. That's just the way it is at the end of the day. And then some of these women who do those sorts of things, talking about they got flued out and all of that, then when you go in on them, they want to say you're slut shaming, which is really an oxymoron because there's no such thing as slut shaming because for the fact of the matter, sluts have no shame. Okay, they have no shame. So how can you shame someone who literally has no shame? Okay, at the end of the day, she can't do, women are not supposed to be out here doing what men do. And again, like I said, I don't know if Pap ever cheated on her or not, but I guarantee you, if he did, there's a reason none of us know because he obviously did it low key or with respect. Remy was not only a liar and cheater, she was being very disrespectful. You out here in public, booed up with somebody other than your husband, and then you sitting there talking trash about this man, calling him names and showing his text messages. I'm sure he has text messages he could show too. But at the end of the day, she doesn't think her children gonna see this stuff someday. All nefarious, but let's continue.
All this corny shit, right? I see the lane. Y'all already know. Went in his mouth. Off the muscle. What happened was, he thought I came to talk. He thought I was about to talk. Ain't none of that. We don't do that. Mom! Right in his mouth, off the muscle. Whooped him out. Dead on his feet. Hit the floor like a sack of potatoes. I know. Everybody telling me I shouldn't talk about this, but this nigga's a lame. Do what you got to do. He hit the floor like a sack of potatoes. Stomped him out and all that. Bad. Hole in my knuckle, everything. But like I told you, I didn't do that because he slept with my wife. I did that because you shook my hand and then slept with my wife. Mm-hmm. But the part I didn't tell y'all is, through this entire ordeal of her cheating with this lame, I started to notice that he had something on her. And I felt like he was blackmailing her. I always felt like he was blackmailing her. Just because the way she was moving and behaving. So I'm gonna play an audio for y'all of him basically, in his own words, admitting to blackmailing her.
Now see, this is why Remy is a whole fool. She had a good man. He's a good man, Savannah. Okay, she had a good man, but she went for this lame, and then he's holding stuff over her head. Now I want you all to pay attention. This is why she's so upset and butthurt about Papoose and Clarissa, because they look like they're happy together. But the guy that she chose to cheat on her husband with did her dirty. Okay. With that all being said, hey, Nessie B101, thank you for becoming a subscriber, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings. Welcome to the Royals. And let me tell you something, honey. This chat is nefarious. Okay, so please pay attention.
Listen to this. So this got sent to me because he's on the phone with one of his people running his mouth. They recorded it and sent it to me. But this is him on the phone. Let me just play it. Hold on. It's lame. Now, when I started to feel like he was blackmailing her, I brought it to her attention. I said, listen, is it because this dude got something over you? Like, what's going on? She's staying out on days my daughter got to go to school. She's, my daughter's calling. She's not answering the phone. I'm calling. She's not answering when she's with this lame. Then she's with this lame for days at a time. It's like crackhead behavior. I'm like, yo, something is wrong. Are they using drugs or something? Like, what's going on with her and this lame? So I brought it to her attention. I said, yo, listen, if he's blackmailing you, if he's holding something over you, let me know, and we can handle that. We can handle that too. I brought that to her attention. But everything I'm telling y'all is not in order. It's just throughout the situation. So I bring it to her attention. I say, yo, let me know if this dude is blackmailing you. We can handle it. And she wouldn't say it. But then while she out with the lame and me and my daughter's home, because that's who was always with her every night while this was going on, she'd send me a random text. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know I'm a bad wife. I still got all these texts. So I don't even know why she's doing this. Oh, I know I'm a bad wife. I'm so sorry. She's saying things like that. And I'm like, damn, this is not like her. So maybe this dude holding something on her. I'm going to play the recording right now. This is the lame saying that he's holding stuff over her head.
Yeah, man. So far, she's saying she fuck with me. I believe her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with that. But you're right, though. Anything can happen. So that shit will be 3 months, nigga. I don't know for how long it is. I got pictures, the texts, the videos of it. That shit gonna blow whatever I say is gonna go. I'm talking about when I'm saying that news of cheating and all of that shit go anytime. It don't matter if it's a week or whatever. Like, the only reason why it's sparking is because you do all these shit.
Oh, let me play this again. Can y'all hear the audio? Let me play it again.
Yeah, man. So far, she's saying she fuck with me. I believe her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with that. But you're right, though. Anything can happen. So that shit will be 3 months, nigga. I don't know for how long it is. I got pictures, the texts, the videos of it. That shit going to blow whatever I say is going to go. I'm talking about But I'm saying that news of cheating and all of that shit go anytime. It don't matter if it's a week or whatever. Like the only reason why it's sparking is because you.
Now bear witness to this. You just heard this lame who she was dealing with since 2022 say in his own voice, I got videos and pictures of us. That's going to go whenever I say so. I don't care if she go back to him. This cheating gonna go when I say so. This is the same recording when he was up there clout chasing. Oh, I'm gonna be on Love and Hip Hop. I'm gonna get more followers. All of this foolishness, right? So y'all just heard the lame, the knockout victim, saying he got videos of her. But let's listen to her telling me that, oh, by the way, one of the reasons why she's so angry at me is because she says, all of this is my fault. Y'all ready for this? Because I knocked him out. She said if I would have never knocked him out, she would have been stopped talking to him. She said the fact that I knocked him out, she had to keep talking to him because she didn't want him to expose things. I highly suspected that they was using drugs together. I heard someone say earlier while she was on live, are you high? She moves very strange. I seen a video where she looked outside of herself. I'm not accusing her of anything. This is not my style. But the fact that you mentioned my children and fabricated all these stories about me, about this money, when I wrote 90% of your rhymes since I met you, I can type a word from any one of your verses for the past time I've been with you. I wrote like 3 songs on your first album. I can come in my email drafts right now, which has dates on them, y'all.
Okay, Brandy says, understand that you believe women are worse for cheating, but not everyone feels that way. Everyone in society doesn't agree. Well, here's the thing, beloved. I didn't say women were worse for cheating. I said society doesn't view it as 50-50. They don't view it as the same. And in fact, in the Bible, it doesn't view it as the same. You see, in the Bible, it talks about men having multiple wives. It talks about King Solomon having concubines and wives. So it's normal, okay, even since ancient times, for men to have more than one woman. However, the Bible does talk about harlots and Jezebels. So I'm sorry, but women are not the same when it comes to those things as men are. And of course, there's some people who don't agree. Those are the people that are people like Remy, women that lie and cheat on their husbands, who disrespect the men in their lives. And so they feel that it's equal, fair game, that they can do exactly what men do. And, they can if that's what they choose to do. But again, they won't be viewed the same by most people. Okay, and that goes back to the Bible. Okay.
2016-14, and you can literally see her lyrics pop up. The whole rapper pop up. But let me say this, though. Let's get to this part right here. We just heard him admit that he's blackmailing her, right? Now, let's listen to her telling me that he's blackmailing her, that she would have been stopped talking to him. Since she want to get on here and fabricate and fake big this lame up. Have you noticed since I moved on, you never see her with the lame no more? She was sneaking around with him in restaurants. What was that? Cheese Factory, matching outfits, losing the battle on stage, getting cooked by Geechee, getting cooked by Suge. This nigga get cooked every battle. I don't know what type of rapper is this dude, man. Never lost a battle in my life. But anyway, keep it moving. We don't care about that. She tried to make it about Clarissa. I just met Clarissa in July last year. I've been dealing with this with you since 2022. Clarissa has nothing to do with this. She's very angry because Clarissa is shining like the diamond she is. World-class champion, Olympic winner. She has nothing to do with this. Actually, Clarissa went on a Breakfast Club, did an interview, and said she don't have a problem with her. This, which aired yesterday. Yesterday morning, I wake up to a phone call of her being belligerent, being a narcissist, screaming on my phone, claiming that Clarissa disrespected her. How did she disrespect you? She said she don't have a problem with you. Then, in the process of that phone call, she asked me, so are you done with me? Are you done with me? I said, is that a question? Am I done with you? I said, she said, you moving forward with the divorce? I said, yes. My attorney, she want to fabricate these stories talking about not retaining an attorney. The last time I spoke to Rem, we said, listen. I said, listen, I spoke to my attorney, Saturday is the day that her schedule allows for me to come in. I had been interviewing different attorneys trying to pick the right one. I wanted to get a civilized divorce where we don't have to do none of this clown shit. She never wanted to do that. Just in recent time, she started to claim, when I say recent, I mean past few weeks, she started to claim that, she wanted to get the private divorce. So I said, okay, good. So when she called me the other day, tried to get back with me yesterday, and I declined because she was so mad about Clarissa, so angry because I finally moved on. She see us living our life. She talking about doing something for the gram or doing it for this and that. I'm living my life. I lived over there with you. I tolerated your foolishness, your cheating, and your adultery for years and years and years for the sake of my child.
And here's the thing that's interesting. Why isn't she calling Papoose out for cheating? Why isn't she going in on him and saying that he was lying and cheating? All she's doing is saying that he was trying to beg and cry to get her back. Okay, are y'all paying attention? Okay, the True Royal family says, I have a husband like Papoose. He's married me with 4 kids. I would never mess that up. I respect and love my king, 25 years strong. I know that's right, beloved. Shout out for Black love. Okay, and that's what we used to see her and Papoose as. But now we see her for who she really is. How? But let's continue.
Moving on along, I just played the audio to y'all of the lame admitting that he's blackmailing her. Now I'm going to play an audio of her telling me that he's blackmailing her. Basically saying, but before I want to play the audio, I want to let y'all know that she's very angry at me because she says that if I would have never knocked him out, none of this would happen. So one of the reasons why she has so much animosity towards me is because I knocked him out.
Yeah, she's mad because her husband knocked out this other man. She's crazy. Barry White says she did accuse him. Oh, she did? Well, did she have receipts? Because he has receipts. Okay, we can accuse people of anything. That doesn't mean they did it. She didn't have any receipts, did she? Because I haven't heard about any.
I'm letting y'all know that right now. That's one. I'm going to tell y'all the other 2 later. Oh, it gets worse. Hold on. You want to be funny? I could be funny too. But I'm going to be funny with the truth. You lie, you lie, and you lie. You had the audacity to come on here and make up a fake story and say, oh, my mother called me. Her lover said, come on, son. Come on, son. Come on, son. First and foremost, you talking about your mother called you about a YouTube video that everybody know they make fake videos on YouTube. Remy's in the hospital. Papoose this, that, person, that. Those, we all know those is fake. You just mad because you see us moving on in our life, right? You want to fabricate a story about, and I still say my mother-in-law because me and her had a tight relationship like that. And I would never say anything to disrespect her or anybody in the entire family. You lied and said, I said, go get your brothers. That's cap. Everybody know I'm close. I'm more close to them and show them more love and support than you do. But let's keep it moving. So we already played the audio of the lame, the knockout victim, soft, didn't even fight back. That's what made me mad. I would have just clipped him and kept it pushing. But the fact that I seen that the nigga was soft when I ran down on him, I said, damn, this nigga be talking all this gangster shit, and he ain't even gonna fight back. Nigga was like a deer in headlights. But that's another story. Knocked him out. It's no mystery. Had to get a tetanus shot, knocked his tooth out and all that. Hole in my hand, the whole shit. But let me show y'all the audio of her. Check this out. I want y'all to listen to this. Can y'all hear me? Should I play the lame first? Should I play the lame saying that he the knockout victim saying that he's blackmailing her? Let me play her admitting it. But she's angry at me because I knocked him out, y'all. Glass Joe, y'all. We call him Glass Joe. Check it out. But listen to her. I want y'all to bear witness to this because out of the whole situation, this was one of the parts that really bothered me. So that's why I reached out to certain fake friends who I thought would be real, like they say they are, and step up. I try to bring it to their attention. Yo, I think she's being blackmailed. Do me a favor. Just reach out to her. Don't tell her you spoke to me. I just want to know she's okay. She hasn't seen the baby in days. So I said, damn. See if y'all can reach out. And I don't want to involve nobody in this because this don't got nothing to do with them and they don't owe me nothing. But when you say you family, you got to live. That's an action. You know what I'm saying? You got to live up to that. But that's neither here nor there. So we played the audio of him admitting that he's blackmailing her. Now I'm going to play the audio. Listen to what she said. And I want y'all to know that this is my ex-wife. We're not married anymore. But at the time, as a married man, I wanted to protect her from being blackmailed. So I told her, if this is going on, let me know. Whatever he's blackmailing you, I'll handle that. And we'll get past it as a family. But she lies so much, you don't know what to believe. So I'm like, damn, is she blackmailing? Is he blackmailing her or not? But I want y'all to hear this. Listen to this.
She would have been over. He would have been over. You put me in a predicament, so I had to still kind of be cool with the nigga to make sure he don't go all the way back and I'm not getting dragged on both sides by Team Papoose and Team Fuck This Nigga.
Team Fuck This Nigga. That's your name, babe, bro. Your name is Team Fuck This Nigga. Hold on. Let's play this again.
She would have been over. He would have been over. You put me in a predicament, so I had to still kind of be cool with the nigga to make sure he don't go all the way back and I'm not getting dragged on both sides by Team Papoose and Team Fuck This Nigga. You didn't give a fuck. You didn't fucking care.
Mm-hmm.
That is not true. Talking to this nigga.
I would have been stopped talking with the nigga. So she's mad at me because I knocked him out. So she's telling me that I knocked him out. I put her in a position where she still had to be cool with him. But she tell y'all on live, oh, he's this. Oh, yeah. A man that treat me right. A man that did this and did that. You just said the other day you don't even deal with this lame no more.
And let me tell you all why she's really mad, because Pap knocked him out. Because that made it more, drew more attention to the scenario. Because a lot of people didn't know that she was messing with that dude. A lot of her fans and people on social media. Then when that happened, it shone a light on it, and everybody knew that she was just out there lying and cheating. Not to mention, she probably had feelings for him at the time, and that kind of messed it up, in my opinion. Now, Charm says he really loved her. I feel like he would have stayed with her had she not been so disrespectful. I feel like he still has love for her. Sad to see this. It is sad to see, and I think that he still does have love for her, just not in love with her. I absolutely agree with you. And here's the thing. The bottom line is, like I said, Pap may have cheated on her too, but if he did, we didn't see it. See, what she did was of the utmost disrespect. Imagine a married woman cuddled up with some other dude in public. Okay, imagine a married woman telling her husband that it's his fault that she's still having to mess with the man that she's messing with behind his back. Okay, initially. Okay, see how crazy she sounds? She's literally, this is what narcissists do. For those of you who follow the spiritual channel, you know we talk about narcissists all the time. This is a typical behavior of a narcissist. Rather than taking accountability and saying, hey, I effed up, I was wrong, I shouldn't have been out there publicly in your face, playing in your face, cheating with this dude and letting everybody see, she blames him for it. As if Papoose made her do what she did. Now this little dude has pictures and text messages and videos that he's threatening that he can put out there. Okay? Clearly he has stuff over her head. Yeah, but she's sitting here going in on Papoose. Like I said, honey, if Papoose was cheating, nobody knew about it. It wasn't publicized and broadcast. Everybody saw what she was doing.
So we got one audio of him saying that he's blackmailing her. For all y'all who didn't hear it, we got an audio of the lame admitting to blackmailing this woman. Listen to this.
Yeah, man. So far, she's saying she fuck with me. I believe her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with that. But you're right.
Hold on. Let me get to the beginning of this thing again. Let me make sure I get it from the right part, y'all. Bear with me, man. Some bullshit audio. Hold on. Hold on, let me get this right. We're gonna get to it. So we playing the audio, y'all, of the lame admitting to blackmailing her. He's admitting it.
Yeah, man. So far, she's saying she fuck with me.
Hold on.
I believe her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with that. But you're right, though. Anything can happen. Oh, that shit gonna be 3 months, nigga. blackmail for how long it is. I got pictures, the texts, the videos of it. That shit gonna blow whenever I say it's gonna go. I'm talking about when I'm saying that shit, that news of cheating and all of that shit go anytime. It don't matter if it's a week or whatever. Like, the only reason why it's sparking is because you do all these shit.
All right, so y'all heard that. And again, we're gonna play her basically saying she's been blackmailed. That's what it sounds like to me. What y'all think?
She would have been over. He would have been over. You put me in a predicament, so I had to still kind of be cool with the nigga to make sure he don't go all the way back and I'm not getting dragged on both sides by Team Papoose and Team Fuck this nigga. You didn't give a fuck. You didn't fucking care.
That is not true.
Talking to this nigga.
That is not true. I would have been stopped talking to this nigga. So you telling me you got a lame running around here bragging, oh, I'm fucking this wife, oh, the whole shit, right? You got a lame who came in front of me, shook my hand, and which is total disrespect as a man. You sleep with my wife, it is what it is. She chose that. She's an adult. That's not why I knocked you out. I knocked you out because you shook my hand. But he's on audio saying he's blackmailing you. So which one is it? Which one is it? You've told me numerous times you don't deal with him no more. You want to go on Instagram and say you with your child every day. No, you're not. You just started being with the baby after I left. Once I left, you started trying to prove to me that you're with the baby and you're doing the right thing. You're doing things that I've always wanted you to do. You just called me the other day and said happy anniversary. I didn't even say it back to you, Rem. I didn't say it back to you. You know why? Because when our 15th year anniversary came, which was a milestone, we were supposed to have the whole thing that we did in the 10 year. You didn't want to acknowledge it properly because you was too busy running around doing what you was doing. Now I'm in a space where I moved on. So for a person who got all these lies to say about me, why is it that you try to call me the other day and say happy anniversary? Why is it that when I went to pick my daughter up, you asking me for gifts and things like that? Why is it? Because you're a narcissist. And in the process of you being a narcissist, anything you can't control, you're mad. But you lost the remote. So you know when somebody loses the remote, they go frantic.
Yep.
See, but what you didn't understand was my loyalty was because I said wedding vows before God, better for worse, richer for poor, sickness and health, death to his part. And I lived that out. I did nothing but take care of you. Every utility in that house to this day right now is under my name. The alarm company called me today. You talking all this money talk, you just paid a cable bill probably within the last 2 weeks out of my account. I had to bail you out of jail when you caught your case. When you had to pay the civil case and we backtracked it. Who account did that come from? Me. You didn't have a dime. Slay warned me. May he rest in peace. He warned me. He warned me. So when you say malicious things about him, now that he's deceased, I know why, because he know the truth. So all of this money talk that you're talking, you're a liar. All you do is lie, very bipolar. Say something 1 minute and she'll say 5 minutes later that she never said it. She will say she never said it. Right now on my phone, and like I told you, I never wanted a penny. I never wanted one dime. All of the music I wrote.
Okay, so I'm going to stop right there because I want to go to what Clarissa posted on her X account. Queen Sam said, back in the day, if a man had another family across town, the wife didn't know until he died, and they come to the funeral. That's true. That's true. Okay, that is absolutely true. Or if the wife did find out, I can guarantee you everybody else didn't know about it. Okay, this is just all a whole hot mess. Now, with that being said, let's go to Clarissa's X account. And see, here's the thing. You heard what that little young dude was saying about her, that dude she was messing around with. You heard how he was talking about her, got texts and videos and all of this stuff, and she's looking like a whole fool. She made a poor choice, and she needs to just deal with that and stop trying to take it out on Pap. Another thing is, while she's sitting there saying that Pap was crying and begging, that's what she should have been doing. She's the one who should have been crying and begging instead of talking trash. She should have been crying and begging her husband to stay with her. Okay, after she lied and cheated with somebody who smiled in his face. Okay, if you ask me. I mean, that's just my opinion. Now, let's read these text messages. Let me see. Okay, Clarissa says, hold on. Clarissa says, I don't know where to start. I'm a read in between the lines type person, even if the lines are lies. I have a lot of respect for the truth. I heard so many lies today, it was crazy. One, if my Breakfast Club interview triggered her that much, just wait till I address the lies she told today. Now, mind you, in the Breakfast Club interview, that really hurt Remy. That really ticked her off. All Clarissa said was that she didn't have a problem with her. Does she want Clarissa to have a problem and be mad, bitter, and butthurt like her? Well, of course she does. Okay, but Clarissa is living her best life. So Remy's just mad about it. Then she says, Papoose is not my manager. At Mark Taffet Media is my manager. I don't let nothing or nobody play with my money. Since I've been with Pap, he has created opportunities for me to get bags. So all the talk is cap. 3, don't try and diminish this man's character. Pap is a helpful man. That's just how he is. It takes a lot to piss him off. He's very loyal and solid. Word is bond to him. And then number 4, she's making different points. Okay, this is the 4th point. We have been living our best life since mid-August last year. I really enjoyed our private relationship for reasons like this. All these people judging a situation they know nothing about. Pap was separated way before I came along. 5, Honda, Airbnbs, hotels. Man, stop. It's crazy. It's crazy how everybody broke. I'm sorry to tell you, but I fight too good to be broke. All my cars are 2022s and 2023s. Pap drives a Benz and got his own place. Everyone know my houses, or know the houses I got. No need to speak lies when the truth will set you free. Then she says, good night. Now, if I wake up tomorrow to some more bullish, it's going to be a problem. All right. She said it's going to be a problem. Then she says, you know, when I realized I was powerful, when bitches went for things, not because they wanted it, but because they didn't want me to have it. Okay, please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, I'm going to go to a video that she posted. I'm going to go to a video that she posted of Pap doing a freestyle. Okay, so with that all being said, hold on just a second. Now, I'm going to put an overlay over the video because I don't have permission to use it. And this is posted to Clarissa's YouTube page. I didn't even know she had a YouTube, but now since I do, I'll be following it. Likes up, everyone, please. Don't forget to like and share. Thank you in advance.
Pap is Johnny Boy Boxing at Fight Hype. Clarissa, I need to know the predictions of the fight with you and your opponent. Yeah.
I can only speak on if she comes unprepared, she'll get knocked out early. If she comes prepared, she'll get knocked out late.
Absolutely. Now, Pap, I gotta get a verse from you, man. I gotta hear you. We gotta hear you spit, man.
I'm with Clarissa Shields. To spend time wisely is a skill. Doing everything that losers won't, but winners will. We ain't chasing a good time. We just sit and chill. eating, watching Michael B. Jordan. That movie, Sin is Ill. When the love is genuine, you can tell it's a different feel. Babyface was right on that song. She got that whip appeal.
Whoa.
Stole her heart like a ball player. I be getting steals and I pay for it in full. We don't split the bill. This ain't that fake vibe that you used to. Nah, this shit is real. I'm so allergic to fake people. I need some Benadryl.
Whoa.
Slaves, y'all would be house niggas. We in the field. She fight for the people. George Floyd, Emmett Till, Olympic winner. First female boxer to get a meal. So much motion that she be moving while she be sitting still. It's a heavyweight title. They gonna say it's still.
Oh! Brooklyn, Detroit, Brooklyn.
And that's why Remy is mad, okay? And that's why she's mad. Now, Jane says Clarissa needs to cut it out. For real, girlfriends don't know their place. Yes, they do. And quite frankly, she don't need to cut anything out, in my opinion. If Remy doesn't like it, she needs to keep it to herself, because Remy's always calling Clarissa's name, and she calls her Clarence and calls her a man. So I'm sorry, if a woman, whether she's the wife or not, and the husband's not with you because they're getting a divorce, let me pull up the paperwork. At the end of the day, Pap filed for it yesterday. Bottom line is, if Remy says something nasty about Clarissa, she has every right to speak on it, period. She has every right to speak on it, honey. Just because Remy's his wife, she don't get to talk trash and think somebody has to stay silent. That sounds crazy. That sounds real crazy, okay? The end of the day, yes, she can get the smoke just like she gives it, period. And then, like I said, she tried to say that basically Pap just filed for the divorce yesterday. So what? He filed for it, Remy. Why are you mad? You're the one that's been going around on your Instagram telling people, oh, I filed for the divorce. He won't sign the papers. He won't sign, like he doesn't want to leave her. He doesn't want to divorce her. Well, now it's clear that he does. Okay. And he likely didn't want to divorce her in the first place because that was his wife. He was trying to work it out. That's why he went to therapy. Okay. Y'all see this? That's the court filing right there. Okay. Remy, why are you mad? All right, there it is right there. All right. Yeah, she's butthurt. That's what that is. That's what that is. She is butthurt. Please pay attention. Because she thought the grass was greener on the other side, but apparently it was not. Okay, let me pull up the other document. There it is. Your filing has been successfully submitted. Below are the details for your reference. It was filed yesterday at 5:16 p.m. She tried to make a big deal about when he filed it. Girl, nobody cares when he filed it. The fact is that he filed it. You don't want your arse no more. Okay? Get over it. All those men she laid up and cheated with ain't doing nothing for her now. Okay? She got Nathan. She look real stupid to me. All right. She looks real stupid because Pap is winning and she's losing in the game. Okay. And that's why she's mad. And let me just tell you all something. Here's the thing. You know, I agree with Brandy when Brandy said some people in society feel differently than I do. Of course they do. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But the fact of the matter is, you look real crazy when you have a good man or a good woman and you go out and disparage them, disrespect them, and then talk about them, and then have somebody playing in their face, posting stuff of you so that they look stupid. And you sit there and condone this behavior. And then when your marriage falls apart, you're going to try to go in on them for something that you created. Okay, that's real crazy to me. At the end of the day, Barry White said, if she filed first, what's the issue? Oh, there is no issue with her filing first. My point is, beloved, you're clearly missing the point. Please think logically and stop being in your emotions. I said that since she supposedly filed, she was telling people that Pap wouldn't sign, trying to act as though he didn't want to get a divorce. And maybe he didn't want to. Okay. Which is interesting. She was the one out there being disrespectful and lying and cheating, okay, that we all could see. And then she filed for a divorce. So maybe he didn't sign it because maybe he didn't want to divorce her. She also said he was crying and begging. That is indicative of a man who wants to keep his wife, whether she was out there lying and cheating or not. He wanted to work it out. We also know that he wanted to work it out and put forth an effort because he went to therapy. Okay. But when they made the agreement with the therapist, what did she do? Still messing around with the lame, Mr. Knockout King. Okay. It's Pap called it. So now that he doesn't want her, now she's just butthurt. Now they're trying to go in and expose him. Barry said he didn't. Yeah, I'm sure he didn't. I'm sure he didn't. Because here's the thing. If a man really cares about his wife, if she does mess up and go out and cheat or whatever, he may not want to leave her. He may want to try to work it out. That's usually what good men do. Good men who care about their women. Okay, so that's no shame on him. You think that's shade to him because he didn't want a divorce? That speaks a whole lot of volume for him as far as I'm concerned. Okay, that just makes him look like a better man. Okay, because a lot of men would have just walked away the first time they found out she was cheating. Specifically, when it was somebody who was out there publicly with her, making him look like a whole, simp. Okay, as some people were saying. Now, I didn't think that, but I'm saying some people did. So at the end of the day, that doesn't make him look bad. Okay, that doesn't make him look bad at all. At the end of the day. Charm said that's a real man, period. Exactly. That's what that is. A real man who wants to work it out, who's not too prideful. You see, some men would allow their ego to get in the way. And they would be like, okay, she's out here lying and cheating. Everybody knows it. No, I can't be with her. But if he was still willing to work it out, going to therapy, begging her back or whatever she said, well, that shows that he really cared about her. And his love for her superseded any of the negativity that other people were saying. Okay, about the situation. Notice how he never dragged her. He never came out here calling her hoes and bees. He didn't do any of those things, calling her a clown and all that stuff. That's what she did. Okay, that's what she did. So I don't have any respect for her. And quite frankly, the main reason I don't have any respect for her is because she doesn't have any for herself. It's obvious she has no respect for herself. Okay, if she did, well, she wouldn't be online doing what she's doing. Okay. Talking about the man who held her down, talking about the father of her children. She wouldn't be doing that. But, it is what it is. So anyway, let this be a lesson to you all. Okay. Shelby said, these men love hoes. Us good women don't stand a chance. Said us good women don't stand a chance. Well, some men love hoes, beloved. Not all. Some of them do. Okay, and here's the thing, beloved. They only love hoes for one thing. They don't love them to marry. As you can see, Remy's by herself now. That dude that she was cheating with, where is he at? Where are any of the other men she was cheating with, beloved? They're nowhere to be found. You see, yeah, men love hoes for hoe-type behavior. They don't wife hoes. They don't take hoes home to meet their moms. Okay, they're not proud to have hoes on their arms. They like hoes behind the scenes. That's what they like about hoes. Okay. That's what they like about hoes, honey. Mel says she was wrong for her behaviors and her actions. She absolutely was. She absolutely was. Okay. Barry says saying she had multiple men is dragging her. Well, it's not really dragging her. That's just telling the truth. You see, if she can come out and say things about him and show text messages that he sent to her in private, show videos that he sent about their daughter in private, conversations they had in private, and you can tell from the text messages he wasn't saying anything nasty to her, wasn't calling her out of her name. So he wasn't dragging her because he said that she cheated multiple times. He was just stating the facts. You see, when someone comes out and disparages you, Barry White, let's just be honest. If someone came out and talked trash about you, disparaged you, called you names, tried to clown you, wouldn't you have something to say about it in defense of yourself? Wouldn't you want to come out and speak on it? Well, of course you would. We all would. And that's all he's doing. That's not dragging her. He's simply saying that he took her back even after she cheated multiple times. Okay? So while she's sitting here trying to drag him, he's just letting it be known that I stayed with her even when she was doing all this stuff. It isn't the fact that he just held her down while she was in prison. It's the fact that when she was out here lying and cheating consistently, he never said anything about it publicly. He never went in on her. And the only reason I think that he said something this time is because it was made public. It was out there in the forefront. Everybody was able to see it and know about it and hear about it. And people were coming back, his homeboys coming back, telling him stuff. That had to be so embarrassing for him. I know it would have been embarrassing for me. I'm sure it would have been embarrassing for some of you. Okay, so please pay attention. That's not dragging her, honey, by saying that she had multiple men. Okay, if she was out there lying and cheating, How's that dragging her? He didn't call her a hoe. He could have called her that because that's what she is. If she's sleeping with multiple men while she's married, what else is she? He didn't call her that. He just said that she cheated multiple times. So no, he's not dragging her. I know you want to make excuses. I mean, you clearly are probably just like Remy, and that's why you're trying so hard to defend her. But the thing is, you can't defend the indefensible. Okay, you just can't. We can make excuses all we want, but at the end of the day, the truth is the truth. And Remy is just a cheater, a liar, and she's a hoe, quite frankly. Okay? Anything else? Bear said he's a hoe too. He might be. He might be, beloved. But guess what? He's a hoe who tried to keep his family together at the end of the day. Okay? And the last I checked, nobody in society really cares if men sleep with multiple women. And like I said, if he was sleeping with multiple women, we didn't see it out here in the public. So Remy didn't have to walk around being embarrassed, holding her head down in shame, or having people constantly coming at her and saying things about her husband and other women all over social media, posting pictures. Okay. Now he has to worry, and she has to worry that little lame dude, the knockout king that she was messing around with, she has to be sitting there worried. When is he going to release the footage? When is he going to put out the videos? When is he going to drop those pictures or text messages? Now she has to worry about being embarrassed all over again. Okay. Or maybe he's already dropped that stuff. I don't know, because I don't keep up with it. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, even if he is a hoe, who cares? We didn't see all this stuff. We didn't see him doing any of the stuff that we've seen her doing. That's my point. Okay. That's my point. So with that all being said, Natasha said exactly, Queen. Thank you, beloved. FBA slide 916 said Barry must be a kid. Okay, yeah, somebody's teenager. That's what it sounds like. Cleon 39 says Remy don't care about Clarissa's warning. Well, you know, she may not care about Clarissa's warning, but she definitely cares about Clarissa. I mean, that's who she was talking about. That's who she's always talking about. She's always trying to disparage her, calling her Clarence, calling her man, saying that she's a come up for Pap. She clearly is pressed about it. You see, she's emotional, and she's calling Pap emotional on her Instagram because that's what narcissists do. Narcissists project. Okay, they don't accept any culpability for the things that they do. Anything that they do that's nefarious, they always blame it on someone else. You made me do it. If they hadn't done this, I wouldn't have done this. They just never accept accountability at the end of the day. Okay, that's how that goes. And I didn't say she cared about Clarissa's warning, but she got a warning nonetheless. Okay. At the end of the day, if I had to, think about who was going to win a fight, if they both went toe to toe, I'd put my money on Clarissa, because all Remy's going to do is pull a gun. Okay. That's what Remy does. Can Remy fight? Remy pulled out a gun and shot somebody over $2,000 and went to prison for it. Okay. So it would be safe to say that she's not that good at throwing those hands. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Now, King Kai said, I don't condone Remy's behavior and I mess with Pap. I do know Clarissa met Pap when she had her boyfriend, left him, and her and Pap became public. I actually met the boyfriend trying to buy a promo from Clarissa. Okay. Okay. Well, you're talking about Clarissa had a boyfriend. Well, here's the thing. If somebody has a boyfriend and they break up with him and go with somebody else, that's nothing. I mean, we all have a right to do that. We're talking about marriages. When you're married, okay, you're in a whole marriage and you took vows like Pap said. He took his vows seriously. That's why he tried to keep it together. That's why he tried to work things out with her, even therapy. Okay. But at the end of the day, I mean, Remy has no one to blame but herself. Okay. She has no one to blame but herself. Period. Let me take a few more questions and then I'm out of here. Cleon said Pap ain't innocent. No, I never said he was, beloved. I never said he was. What I did say, again, let me say it again once more for those in the back or those who are slow. If he was doing anything, we definitely didn't see him blatantly disrespecting Remy. And again, he tried to work on the marriage and fix things. Okay. So shout out to him for that. Remy's still a hoe. Period. Okay. Period. Chad said marriage is different than boyfriends and girlfriends. Stop being slow, folks. Thank you, beloved. Exactly. Okay. That's not the same. That is not the same. Joan said, Queen, did you get some honey? I'm so glad you asked. Yes. Okay. I went to sleep as soon as I got off the live. Okay. Yesterday. And I slept till 9:30 at night. I'm not even joking. I literally slept till 9:30. I was beat. Okay. I was beat. Anthony said, Queen speaking the truth and nothing but the truth. Thank you, beloved. Barry White said, two side chicks together. Okay, so that all being said, Big Chief All American said Clarissa last boyfriend seemed gay to me anyway. He might have been. I don't know. I don't even know who he is. I never saw him. Mel said nobody's perfect, but wrong is wrong and right is right, and Remy is wrong. I agree. I absolutely agree. Okay, Anthony says, speak, Queen. Thank you, beloved. Fran says the jealousy stems from the fact that she is using outer appearance to be her flex. But after all, Pap's been through, he's looking at all of the natural characteristics inside and out about Clarissa. Yes, Remy's gotten a whole lot of work done. We all can see that. She don't even, you know what I'm saying? She looks better than she used to, but it's obvious she's gotten some work done. And I think that when she got that work done, and she started looking a whole lot cuter than she used to look, and then she just thought she was all that and just was out here doing the most. But look what it cost her in the end. Okay, look what it cost her in the end. Okay, was it really worth it? Your family, it's broken. Okay, you're at odds with a man that loved you, held you down, wrote your rhymes, okay, so that you can make your money, and now you want to try to shame him by saying that you paid for his teeth. That is so petty. Okay, and here's the thing. At the end of the day, I doubt very seriously that Pap would have ever admitted that he wrote her rhymes had she not been disparaging him and talking about he was broke and saying that she had to pay for his teeth and all that stuff. Okay, I doubt he would ever even have told that. So anyway, Nestor G said he didn't blast whatever he may have done. Exactly. Okay. I'm about to be out of here, you guys. Okay, Chad said you got my follow. You spoke power. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you and welcome to the channel. All right, with the nefarious royals. Okay. Mickey Starr said marriage is a joke and overrated in the USA, and no one takes marriage seriously. It's only used as a crutch, thrown in the midst when it's convenient. Oh, honey, I'm sorry you feel that way, beloved. Whew, I hope most married people don't feel that way. Said it's a joke. Y'all hear that? Y'all married folks hear that? Marriage is a joke and overrated in the USA, honey. That's what Mickey Starr says. Well, that's your opinion, beloved. Shout out to you. Okay, Cookie says, me too, Queen. I was tired. I cleaned the front and backyard. Oh, honey, don't mention that. Sometimes I'm in the mood to do yard work, but sometimes clearly not. Okay, so that all being said, let me read a couple more comments before I roll out of here. Karen said, I have lost all respect for her as well. She sounds so desperate, angry, afraid, lonely, and heartbroken, but it's too late. She will be bitter and alone. Exactly. That's what it is. Okay, and then you heard her talk about she was laid up. Wasn't I laid up yesterday? Weren't we laid up? Who was the dude she was talking to about weren't they laid up? Who even talks like that? Why you want everybody to even know you were laid up, girl? Remy is desperate, and she is definitely bitter. Okay, and this is what happens, beloveds. Let me tell you all something. This is exactly what happens whenever somebody makes a bad decision in their relationship, and then the person they're with leaves them and moves on to somebody else. And then now, whatever they were doing doesn't work out. And they realize the grass isn't any greener. And in fact, that they made a big mistake. Then the best thing they can try to do, because now they're miserable, and we all know misery loves company. So then what they try to do is try to throw salt on the other person, say things about them to make the person they're with not want them. Okay. Oh, he's begging me back. Oh, he was crying. Oh, he was doing this and that. That doesn't make him look bad. That makes you look bad. That makes you look bad, Remy. Sorry. Cleon says Clarissa had no business talking about Remy's marriage. Well, that's a matter of opinion. Okay. That's a matter of opinion. Marie said the grass isn't greener. Sure isn't. Shell Bay says that new guy needs some new teeth too. Okay, after Pap knocked one of them out, he sure does, beloved. All a hot mess. Okay, Dedication says someone holding you down for 7 years, and no disrespect to Remy the entire time. As a wife, Remy is trash for this. That's right, she is trash. And here's the thing. When he was holding her down for those years while she was in prison, we never saw him publicly out with anybody then. Now, he was probably dating somebody or whatever, but because everybody has needs, I'm sure, but we never saw it. We never heard about it. At the end of the day, things, some things are just about the utmost disrespect of it all, which is what Remy was doing. She just didn't give a darn. And then even after y'all go to therapy, which she asked for, by the way, and he agrees to go, and then you're still messing around with this little no good thug. Make it all make sense. Yeah, she doesn't deserve a good man. And clearly she doesn't have one at this point. Okay, so with that all being said, listen, I hope you all enjoyed the show. Everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur. Also on X at DGoddess27. I love you all to life. I hope you enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. And listen, for those of you who follow the spiritual channel, I'm going to try to post something on there next week. I have been so lax because I've been covering all the Diddy stuff. But I'm going to post something on there maybe tomorrow. I'll post something on there, okay? So anyway, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives, all right? And enjoy your strong end, not the weak end, keeping you in a weakened state of mind. Until next time, beloveds, peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got